If you are new to the channel, then subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for further notification. Okay student, welcome you all to this new lecture in GATE Power System series. So today again we will be solving 5 questions. Question number 36, 37, 38, 39 and then 40. Okay, then let's try to solve these questions. 36. So in question number 36, the nominal pi circuit of a transmission line is shown in the figure. The impedance Z is given this one and the reactance X. This is given X. And this is, we know, this is nothing but this branch is y by 2. So if you take reciprocal of x, that will be y by 2. Because for finding the characteristics impedance, you need z and y. Because your characteristics impedance zc is equal to root z by y. Z is given, okay, this is the series impedance. But this branch, that is, it is 2y is equal to, or y by 2. This branch is y by 2, which is equal to 1 by x. So from here you will get y equal to 2 by x is here 3300. So if you put it there, all the values, z is here 100, angle is not required, only magnitude matters, and then divided by 2 into 3300. So if you do it, you will get it 406.20. This is your answer. Now if you come to 37, a source is supplying a load through a two-phase 3-wire transmission line. It is a two-phase 3-wire. You can see C is the neutral, this voltage is with respect to C. This A is also with respect to C. So C is the return path, these two are the forward path. So two phase means A and B, and C is only as acting as a reacting path, or the neutral you can say. The instantaneous voltage and current and phase A is given. This is par phase because A to neutral. Current I is given. Similarly phase B is given, and phase B current is also given. The total instantaneous power. So total instantaneous power will be instantaneous power of phase A plus instantaneous power of phase B. So if I calculate total instantaneous power, that is small p, instantaneous power, it will be small pa plus small pb. What is pa? V into ia. So if you take product into this, it will be 2200, then it will be sine square 100 pi t plus pb will be this into this. So it will be again 2200 and it will be cos square 100 pi t. Now if you see, if you take 2200 common, it is sin square theta plus cos square theta, that becomes 1. So it will be fixed. The instantaneous power is a constant power, which is a 2200. So it is not changing if the current and voltage are in this fashion. So that is your option A. Now if you come to 38, consider an overhead transmission line with 3-phase 50 Hz balanced system with conductors located at the 3 vertices of an equilateral triangle. These are given, all these lengths are 1 meter as shown in the figure. The resistance of the conductor are negligible. The GMR of each, mind it is GMR, not radius. Neglecting the effect of the ground of the magnitude of positive sequence reactance in ohm per meter. You have to find positive sequence reactance. So for that, let me calculate reactance means X. So you need to calculate then L. If you can calculate L, because you are neglecting the effect of a ground, means you are neglecting capacitance. So only L will come, that means X will come. So from that L you will get that X, positive sequence reactance. Okay, so what will be the L of this one? This one 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 into ln GMD by GMR. So 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 ln, what is your GMD? GMD is given 1. Each one gap is 1 meter and GMR is given 0.01. So if you calculate, you will get it 9.2103 into 10 to the power minus 4 Henry per kilometer, if you change it from meter to kilometer. Then your X will be equal to, X1 will be equal to 2 pi L. So if I do 2 pi L, 2 pi FL, you put 2 pi F is 50. Then finally you will get it, and L also you put all these values, you will get your answer as 0.2893 ohm per kilometer. That is your answer. Now if you come to 39, for a balanced star-star connected 3-phase circuit shown in the figure below, the line-to-line voltage is given this much. The load is 432 watt at a power factor of this leading, the approximate value of the impedance. So because the load is given, you calculate per phase load and you calculate per phase voltage, per phase current. From that you find the approximate value of Z. Okay, so if I calculate here, power is, what is total power? We know 3 Vp Ip cos phi if I go for per phase value, or root 3 VL IL cos phi, whatever. So from here, if you want to calculate, or root 3, because it is star connected, so you can take it root 3 VL. IL is nothing but your IP. So that means your IL, which is equal to IP which is, you can divide it, power is 432 divided by root 3 into VL. This voltage is line to line voltage. If it is not mentioned also, simple voltage means line to line voltage. If three phase voltage is given, nothing is mentioned, then you by default consider it as a line to line voltage, and point factor is 0.6. So if you do, and then with an angle of minus cos inverse 0.6, because, or leading, plus 0.6. So you will get it is 1.9985 at an angle of 53.13. Because I have taken the voltage as a reference, this angle is always between Vp and Ip. You always be careful. This angle is always between Vp and Ip, not VL and IL. Original angle root 3 VL IL. What is this angle? This angle is not between these two. This angle is between these two, because this is the original formula. Okay. So once you got I this, you know Vp also, so you can calculate your Z per phase. So per phase Z will be equal to Vp by Ip. So Vp is equal to 208 divided by root 3 at an angle of 0. I have considered Vp, and Ip you just calculated it at an angle of 53.13. So if you divide it, you will get your answer is answer 60 minus at an angle of minus 53.13. That is your option C. Now if you come to 40, a three phase load connected to a three phase balance system shown in the figure. If BAN is given, BBN is given, BCN is given, angles are considered positive in anti-clockwise direction, that is normal our normal considerations. The value of R to R for zero current in the neutral wire, here it should be zero current. So IA plus IB plus IC, all three should be equal to 0, because that is flowing through neutral. So you calculate your IB, IA, IB, IC. IA will be equal to, what will be this current, this voltage divided by this. What will be this current, this voltage divided by this. What will be this current, this voltage, that is VBN divided by this. So it is 100 divided by R, then it is VBN is 100 at an angle of minus 120 divided by J10, and then 100 at an angle of minus 240 divided by minus J10. So that should be equal to 0. I think you can calculate it by now. J10 is angle 90, so it will be 90 will be subtracted, and then you change from real to imaginary, exchange the sides. Final answer you will get R is equal to something of this format. You can get 17.32 at an angle of 180, which is nothing but 17.32. 180 means here complex number, here means it is negative number, so negative of minus 17, that is positive you will get. So your R will be equal to, this one will be 100 by R, you will get something of this fashion. So R you will get it 5.770. If you like the video, then press the like button and please give your valuable comments in the comment section.